Have you ever wondered how the law views the dissolution of marriage, commonly known as divorce? In the eyes of the law, marriage is a contract, and like any contract, it can be broken. But unlike most contracts, the dissolution of a marriage involves more than just the two parties on the original agreement. It can affect families, finances, and futures. First, let's talk about grounds for divorce. These are the legal reasons one spouse presents to the court to end the marriage. In some jurisdictions, you need to have a specific reason, like adultery, abandonment, or cruelty. These are known as fault divorces. However, all states in the US now offer some form of no-fault divorce, where the only necessary assertion is that the marriage is irretrievably broken. Next, the divorce process. It begins with the filing of a petition by one spouse in the court of the county where either spouse resides. This petition includes important information about the marriage, like current living arrangements, children, and property. The other spouse then has a chance to respond. And if both parties can agree on how to divide assets and arrange for any children, they can present this agreement to the court. If they can't agree, the court will decide for them. Types of divorce vary as well. A fault divorce, as mentioned earlier, requires one spouse to prove the other's wrongdoing. A no-fault divorce, on the other hand, only requires a spouse to claim that the marriage is beyond repair. There are also summary divorces for short marriages with few assets and uncontested divorces where both parties agree on all issues. Lastly, it's important to note the legal rights of each party. Both spouses have a right to live in the marital home, a right to their personal property, and a right to a fair division of marital assets. They also have a right to custody of their children, although the court will ultimately decide what's in the best interest of the child. Divorce laws differ greatly from state to state and country to country, making it crucial to seek legal advice before taking any action. Divorce can be an emotionally draining process, but how does it affect individuals mentally and emotionally? Let's dive into that. The emotional impact of divorce can be as varied as the people experiencing it. It's a whirlwind of emotions, often leaving individuals grappling with feelings that can range from relief to guilt, from fear to anger and even depression. For some, divorce may bring a sense of relief. It can be seen as an escape from a toxic or unhappy marriage, a chance to start afresh. But this relief can be tinged with guilt. Many individuals often question their actions, wondering if they tried hard enough to make things work. Then there's fear. The fear of the unknown, the fear of being alone, the fear of starting over. It can be overwhelming. This fear can breed anger, a blazing fire that can consume an individual, making it harder for them to move forward. Depression, too, is a common guest in the aftermath of divorce. The feeling of loss, the shattered dreams and the broken promises can plunge an individual into a deep abyss. It's not just the loss of a partner, but the loss of a life that was once envisioned. But here's the thing, it's okay to feel these emotions. They are a normal part of the healing process. What's important is not to let these feelings control your life. It's crucial to seek emotional support during this time. Reach out to friends and family, lean on them for support. Join a support group, share your feelings, and listen to others who are walking the same path. Professional help can also make a world of difference. Therapists and counselors are trained to help individuals navigate their emotions, providing strategies to cope and heal. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to take care of your mental health. So as we can see, divorce isn't just a legal process. It's a deeply emotional journey that requires understanding, patience, and time to heal. Divorce is not just a legal process, but a deeply emotional journey. How does society perceive divorce? And how do these perceptions influence those going through it? A question that stirs varied responses and sentiments. Societal perceptions of divorce are as diverse as society itself, ranging from acceptance to disdain, indifference to empathy. These views are often shaped by cultural, religious, and personal beliefs, creating a complex tapestry of attitudes. Historically, divorce was considered a taboo, an undesirable outcome shrouded in stigma. It was seen as a failure, an admission of an inability to maintain the sanctity of marriage. This perception placed immense pressure on individuals, compelling them to endure unhappy or even harmful relationships. However, Societal attitudes have evolved over time. Today, many societies recognize divorce as a necessary right, an option for those trapped in unhealthy marriages. This shift reflects a growing emphasis on individual well-being and autonomy. Yet the echoes of past stigmas still linger, subtly influencing perceptions and reactions. This societal undercurrent can affect individuals in profound ways. The fear of judgment and ostracization can exacerbate the emotional turmoil of divorce, adding an additional layer of stress. The internalized societal expectations can lead to feelings of shame, guilt, or failure, further compounding the distress. Moreover, societal perceptions also shape how divorce is discussed and understood. It influences policies, laws, and support systems. For instance, societies with more accepting views on divorce typically have more comprehensive support systems in place, offering psychological, legal, and financial aid to those navigating the complexities of divorce. Despite the shift in societal attitudes, the journey through divorce remains challenging. It's a turbulent period marked by emotional upheaval, legal complexities, and financial uncertainties. However, it's crucial to remember that societal perceptions are not a measure of personal worth or success. Divorce does not define an individual. It's merely a chapter in the complex narrative of life. Society's views on divorce have evolved, yet it remains a challenging process for many. It's a reminder that while society's collective voice can be loud, the individual's journey through divorce is deeply personal, shaped by their unique experiences, strength, and resilience. Children often find themselves in the crossfire during a divorce, but how are they truly affected? This is a question that weighs heavily on the minds of parents navigating the turbulent waters of separation. Let's delve into the potential effects of divorce on children. It's important to understand that every child is unique and their reactions can vary widely. However, some common responses include emotional distress, academic problems, and behavioral issues. Emotional distress can manifest as sadness, anger, or even guilt. Children might feel responsible for their parents' separation or harbor hopes of reconciliation. These intense emotions can sometimes lead to academic problems. A child preoccupied with their parents' divorce might struggle to concentrate in school, leading to a drop in grades and participation. Behavioral issues are also a common concern. Some children might act out either at home or school as a response to their feelings of confusion or frustration. They might become more aggressive or conversely withdraw from social interactions. While these effects can be daunting, it's crucial to remember that they are not a given. Many children adapt well over time, particularly when their parents handle the situation with sensitivity and care. So how can parents help their children cope with divorce? Communication is key. Encourage your children to express their feelings openly and reassure them that their emotions are valid. Maintain routines to provide a sense of stability and continuity. Parents should also stay involved in their children's lives, even if they don't live together. Regular contact can reassure children of their parents' love and support. It's also crucial for parents to avoid conflict in front of their children. Children should never feel caught in the middle of their parents' disputes. Lastly, consider seeking professional help if necessary. Therapists and counselors can provide valuable guidance and support to both parents and children during this challenging time. Children can adapt and thrive after a divorce given the right support and understanding. Let's remember, children are resilient, and with the right tools, they can navigate this change in their lives with strength and grace. Divorce can have significant financial implications, but what are they exactly? When two people choose to intertwine their lives in marriage, they also intertwine their finances. So, when a marriage ends, figuring out how to untangle those finances can be a complex process. Let's delve into some of the key financial considerations in divorce. One of the primary financial aspects of divorce is the division of assets. This doesn't just mean splitting up the cash in the bank. It involves divvying up everything from the family home to cars, retirement accounts, investments, and even debts. It's crucial to understand the division of assets doesn't necessarily mean a 50-50 split. Factors like the length of the marriage, each spouse's economic circumstances, and whether there are children involved can all influence how assets are divided. Next on the list is alimony or spousal support. This is a payment that one spouse may be required to make to the other after divorce to help balance out any significant disparities in financial resources. The amount and duration of alimony can vary widely depending on factors like the recipient's needs, the payer's ability to pay, and the standard of living during the marriage. Child support is another important consideration for divorcing couples with children. These payments are intended to cover the child's basic needs like food, clothing and shelter, as well as expenses related to education, healthcare, and other necessities. The amount of child support is usually determined by the income of the parents, the number of children, and the time each parent spends with the children. Finally, it's important to acknowledge the potential financial strain of divorce itself. The process can be expensive, with costs for attorneys, court fees, and other expenses adding up. Having a clear understanding of these potential costs can help individuals plan and budget accordingly. So, from division of assets to alimony, child support, and the costs of divorce itself, the financial implications of ending a marriage can be substantial. Understanding these financial implications of divorce can help individuals make informed decisions during this complex process.